This is a tutorial for a cute little tote backpack with side pockets for a water bottle or glasses or whatever you want. There's also an inner pocket and adjustable straps that you can use. This bag can be made with just half a yard of fabric and lining, and then just a remnant scrap of fabric for the flap. I've also digitized the pattern that I made for this, so you can go ahead and print it out and follow along with the step-by-step tutorial. Just check out the link in the description below, and you can download the pattern for free. You do not need to sign up for an email list to get the pattern. Start by applying your interfacing to the front and back, the sides, the base, and the flap of your bag. You can use sew-in interfacing or fusible, whichever you prefer. Now we're going to prep the side pockets. Sew the side pockets to the pocket lining at the upper edge with the right sides together. Turn them to the right side and press to give it a nice finish. Now we're going to make the casing for the elastic. So 1/2 of an inch down from the edge to create the casing. Now you want to insert the elastic through the casing and sew it on both sides to secure the elastic. After that, you can trim the elastic from the ends to make it even with the sides of the fabric. Now we want to baste these pockets to both of the side pieces. Line up the sides and bottom of the pockets with the sides and bottom of the side bag pieces. Now we want to assemble the strap loops. Loop about 4 inches of belting around each of the belt sliders and baste them to the bottom of the back of the backpack. Here's where we start to actually assemble the bag. Sew the side pieces and the base together and then press the seams. Now you want to attach the front and back of the bag. Make sure you're sewing with the right sides together and pivot when you get to each of the points. When you finish attaching everything, turn the bag right side out and be sure to press the seams. Now we're going to prep the lining. Start by hemming the upper and lower edges of the inner pocket. Then you want to line the pocket up with the back of the lining and sew the back pocket to the lining piece. Next, you're going to assemble the lining by first attaching the sides to the base and then attaching the front and the back pieces, same way that you did with the outer bag pieces. Now with the lining inside out and the bag right side out, you're going to place the bag inside the lining so it'll be right sides together. And then you're going to sew across the upper edge and the sides of the bag. But you want to leave the back edge open because we still need to add the flap there. Then you want to turn the bag right side out and edge stitch. Edge stitch the very top of the bag to keep the lining down on the inside and give it a more finished look. The back of the bag is still open at this point. Now we're going to assemble our straps. You want to add the interfacing and then the batting on top of the interfacing and baste everything down. You can use fusible interfacing as well. Next, you want to add the belting to one side of the straps. And then sandwich the belting between the strap and the lining layer. Sew around the perimeter, but be sure to leave the opposite non-belting side of the strap open so that then you can turn the straps to the right side. Make sure to press the strap so that it sits more or less flat. Next, you want to sew down the center of the straps to secure the batting. This helps to keep the batting in place so that it won't start to slide around over time. Now that the straps are finished, you want to baste them to the back of the backpack. And now it's time for the flap. Sew the flap to the lining with the right sides together. Leave the top of the flap open. Clip the corners and turn the flap to the right side. Make sure to press it and edge stitch for a cleaner finish. I also added some decorative red top stitching on mine, but you can skip that if you want to. Now you want to sew the flap to the back of the backpack with the right sides together. The straps will be sandwiched between the flap and the back of the backpack. Now you want to fold the lining over the flap seam and stitch the bag closed. You can top stitch or ditch stitch, whatever way you're more comfortable with. Now you want to insert the strap belting through the slider to finish your straps. And then optional, you can attach a closure to the front of the backpack. So just attach a strip of belting to the front of the bag and then add another slider to the flap. And that's it, you're finished. Now you have a cute little tote backpack with side pockets.